to Factoring Special Polynomials Part 2. So, what we're going to learn today is a new formula. It's similar like the one that we learned in my previous video. But instead we have a negative sign instead of positive sign in the middle. Okay, so what is this formula? So we have a here, so we have to square that variable, so a squared, and then we have to square our last term. It's negative b squared, so that's just going to be b squared. And then we have negative, so we have to multiply negative 2 with our last term and our first term. So that's our formula. Let's use the formula in some questions. So our first question is 36x squared minus 12x plus 1. So what we're going to do first is we're going to find out the perfect square for 36. What does perfect square mean? It means that if we have two same numbers, if we multiply them together, we will get the product. So you have to have two same numbers, and if we multiply them together, we will get the answer. So 36x squared. So maybe 6x times 6x. Yeah, that's the perfect square. So that's basically like the same as 6x the whole squared. And then we have 1. What is the perfect square for 1? 1 times 1. Yeah. So we're going to write 1 the whole square. And then we're going to multiply negative 2 with our last term and our first term. So our first term is 6x. So, okay. So we have to multiply with our last term and our first term, but without the whole square. So we have 6x, so times 6x, and then times 1. Okay. So how we're going to, so negative 2 times 6x is negative 12x. So negative 2 times 6x is negative 12x. Negative 12x times 1 is negative 12x. And that's our middle term, so it works. So our answer is going to be, we have 6x, and then we have a minus in the middle. So it's going to be minus, and then we have 1. And then next, what we're going to do is, we're going to put the whole square. So our answer is 6x minus 1 the whole square. Let's check by multiplying. So we have 6x minus 1 times, again, 6x minus 1. So that's what the square means. We have to multiply it one more time. So this will be equal to 6x times 6x is 36x squared. And 6x times negative 1 is negative 6x. And then negative 1 times 6x is negative 6x. And then negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. That equals to 36x squared. And then minus 6x minus 6x. That will be negative 12x. So negative 6x minus 6x is negative 12x. And then we have plus 1. Yep, our answer is correct because we got the question. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Our next question is 9m squared minus 24mn plus 16n squared. So we're going to do the same thing, the same procedure like as we did in our last question, in our previous question. So we're going to take 9 first, and we're going to find out what is the perfect square for 9. Maybe 3 times 3, yeah, that works. We have 3, and we have m squared, so it's going to be 3m times 3m. That equals to 9m squared. So we're going to write 3m the whole squared. And then what is the perfect square for 16n squared? So first, let's find the perfect square for 16. Maybe it's 4. And then we have n squared, so it's going to be 4n times 4n. So we're going to write 4n squared. That's the same thing as 4n times 4n. And then we're going to multiply negative 2 with our first term and last term, but without the squares. So negative 2 times 3m times 4n. And we're going to put plus here. Alright. So negative 2 times 3m, it is negative 6m. And negative 6m times 4n, that is negative 24mn. That's our middle term. So our answer is going to be 3m. We have minus in the middle. And then we have 4n. So then we're going to put the whole square. So that is your answer. 3m minus 4n the whole square. Let's multiply by checking. Let's multiply to check. So it's going to be 3m minus 4n times, again, 3m times minus 4n. So that will be equal to 3m times 3m is 9m squared. And 3m times negative 4n is negative 4mn. And negative 4n times 3m is negative 12mn. And then negative 4n times negative 4m is positive 16m. The whole squared. Okay, so it's going to be 9m squared. And then we have negative 12mn minus 12mn. So our answer is negative. So it's going to be negative 24mn and then plus 16n squared. That's our question. So our answer is right. So we're going to see some new formulas in my upcoming videos. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.